Say something meaningful, say something I don't know. I wanna know you better. The way that you talk to me, the way that you make me feel, I don't know if you're real.
Hey you guys, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you're all ready for some decluttering and organizing motivation because there's lots of it. I'm going to be tackling this pantry as well as my cabinets with our canned food and our spice cabinet. But before we get started, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment saying hey. If you have any video requests, leave those in the comments too. But getting started, the first thing I'm doing is taking everything out and putting it on the counter. I do it this way because it's easier for me. I like to see everything I have and go through each individual thing to put it in its place with like items instead of doing one shelf at a time, because I may run into different items that are supposed to be on another shelf. But anyways, if you're cleaning along with me and you prefer to do one shelf at a time, that's cool too. I'm sure y'all can tell, but it's been a hot minute since I've organized and decluttered this pantry, so I was so ready to get it done.
I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night, put you in that spotlight.
I've collected different organizing containers over the past couple of years, but I would say 90% of the ones I'm using in here are the xoxo pop containers. They keep everything fresh and it looks so much better than keeping things in their original packaging. I love how everything is visible and easy to access, especially with a toddler. He's gotten to the point of opening the doors, and his favorite door to open in the house is his pantry door. We keep all of his snacks in here, so he'll come in here and try to get to it all. But luckily, he knows to ask before he gets into the package.
Oh, you make me feel right, wanna look at you all night.
The amount of dog hair that was in here is so disgusting, but that's taken care of now and everything's cleared out, so it's time to go through it all. And like I said earlier, I'm just putting the like items together and condensing as much as I can for the minimal look. It saves so much room using the containers. You would not believe how much room it saves. It can be time consuming to take everything out of the boxes and the original packaging, but let me tell you, it's worth it. I will admit though that I don't do it every time we go grocery shopping, but I will try to take the time so I can stay on top of the organization.
In that spotlight. Oh, you know you're beautiful, you know you're beautiful.
So I ended up emptying a few containers because of the food being expired or stale. So I'm filling the sink about halfway with soapy water to let them soak in before I wash and add something else in them. And this may be obvious and I don't know what I was thinking, but don't soak the lids in water because they will hold it. It took me forever to get the water out, so don't make the same mistake I did.
Like you're untouchable, like you're untouchable.
Once I have everything I want for the top shelf together, I add them back in, and you guys will see me rearranging some things as I go to fit it all back in. But it will all still be visible, which I'm so happy about. Our pantry is on the smaller side, and if we move, a bigger pantry is something I want to look for in another home, because the less cluttered everything is, the happier I am. Is anyone else like that? But on the top shelf, I'm putting the flour and sugars. I have them all labeled, and if I had enough labels, I would put them on everything. But there are two reasons I'm not doing that. The first being we change things up all the time, so it would never be the same. And the second is because I don't want to invest in something when it will change every week, even though they aren't costly. So if that's something that you would want to do, then just do it. I think it looks nicer that way, but I'm very practical when it comes to our home and style. And I know not everyone will have the same style, and that's okay. Just do you.
Sing until my lungs give out you're beautiful.
had a few packages of Oreos that I wanted to put in a container that I've seen a lot of people do before, and all I have to say is I tried. You would think it'd be easy, but all of the cookies would break or move around after I put them in, but it still looks nice. Maybe it's because I'm not using a circular jar, but oh well, better luck next time.
I'm going crazy. Oh, I just want you now.
The amount of applesauce we have is so crazy. Kyler would eat them all day if he could. He usually gets tired of the same snacks after a while, but applesauce is not one of those. He eats them all of the time, so we try to stock up on those from Costco. What's a pantry item that your family always has or is stocked up on? I would love to know.
Don't wanna take it slow. Ooh, I just want you now. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you make me feel right. Wanna look at you all night.
So for the bottom shelf, I'm adding these baskets of bigger items that I didn't use containers for to make it still look organized and clutter-free. Then I'm going to go back and rearrange to fit everything in. The second shelf is the main one I had to go back and condense. I ended up staggering the containers on the right so I could still see all of those, but I also wanted to make room for the others to fit.
Oh, you know you're beautiful, and it's like you're untouchable, Don't you know you're beautiful, I'll sing until my lungs give out your beauty.
For the very bottom, I have these big baskets I got from Target last year that I love. In the left one, I have overflow items and some bags stored in there. And in the right one, I have some veggie straws that we have a lot of from Costco. But this is how everything turned out, and I love it. It's a huge, huge difference, and it makes me so happy. Now I'm starting on the cabinets that we have our canned food and extra condiments in. These cabinets aren't bad, but they do need a little attention. The stacked containers I have for these cans, I got at Bed Bath & Beyond last year as well. It makes it easier to see what I have, which is really nice. The one thing we do with our canned foods and drinks is front face so that all of them look alike, which, speaking of drinks, I'm going to be doing our fridge and freezer soon as well. Make sure to leave me a comment below if you would like to see that. We have a second fridge and a second freezer outside in our garage, so there's a lot to go through.
I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night, I'll sing until...
In the second cabinet is where we keep our bread and other miscellaneous things, which also just needs a little attention. I ordered some meal prep containers about a month ago and still haven't opened them, but I'm going to try soon. I need all of the grab-and-go meals I can get during the week. It makes the days go by so much smoother.
My lungs give out your beautiful.
Now I'm on to the spice cabinet above our microwave, and to be honest, I haven't organized this since we moved in a few years ago. I've just been adding to it, but today's the day, and I've got some Lazy Susans from Bed Bath & Beyond to make it easier to get to what I need and to look less cluttered, which is the main goal for everything I'm doing in today's video.
You're beautiful. tired of the drama. You use your words like they are knives. I don't need that type of drama and trying to be tough all the daytime.
Going through all of the spices that were pushed in the back of the cabinet was super fun. I had some that expired in 2018, which is so embarrassing to admit, but we're all friends here, so no shame. I was actually surprised too that I had so many spices. I'm pretty sure I have at least one of everything.
You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong, I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on and shoot me.
I had 2 Lazy Susans, so I separated the cooking spices and the baking spices. I also had some bigger things that didn't fit as well. You guys will see I tried putting the vegetable oil on the one with the baking spices and it wouldn't fit. So I put those in the back right corner so I could still get to all of the spices easily.
I will always get up again. You're looking at me so cold. Get over yourself, are you for real? Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong, I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will.
In this cabinet, we have a wire in the back, so I had to move them around so both of them would still spin. And I'm super happy that both of them fit and were able to spin because I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I would have made it work somehow, but being able to spin them around and see what I have is the best way to do it, in my opinion.
No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on and shoot me down. I will always get up again.
Here is how the cabinet turned out, and I'm so happy with the functionality of it all. I hope you all enjoyed watching and got some ideas for your pantry and cabinets. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in my next one.